Because this is still the biggest league in the Philippines.
Obviously, we are
So
gonna head into the draft. Come on, we gotta go. Show us more of those really good picks that you did before. We want to see the old Onic-Ph.
Going back, Rockhart, to Flap. He's going to the base of Onic-Ph with his dragon form, and he's not really scared by anything. That is a really good sign that Flap is adapting to this, the highest MPL fast. Bren Esports, they might be onto something here, but Onic-Ph is it gonna be bad? I mean, I really want to see a game 3. These two teams, this is probably one of the dream matchups. Let's just call it a star matchup.
Absolutely.
In terms of the MPL,
they've been actually really, what do you call this? Been really fighting for who deserves to have the yellow and black, right? Although Onic-Ph had a little bit of white added, but it used to be just black and yellow as well for these guys. So I feel like there's a little bit of chip on both their shoulders. Like, we're the guys who's gonna use the yellow to dominate the field, and starting to look really good for Bren Esports so far. Looking a very similar on the Farsa, instantly locked out for Onic-Ph by Onic-Ph. I like that. I like that they already answered, and they are aware that Flap TZ was really nuts on that U-Zone.
But onto the side of Bren Esports, they got the Selena pick. We're not really sure who's gonna use that. I mean, View picks one mean Selena. He showed us that way back season 2, and that's one of the heroes that got them the championship in the first place. Onic-Ph, they still have for them. Okay, so really like to go for that one marksman mid, then a side lane Cho and a side lane Uranus. So this is one of their most comfortable drafts yet.
For sure. I feel like this draft is going to. This looks familiar to what each of them plays. Yakno has been so legendary on the Cho. Last season, he was hunting down Lings. Like last season, Yakno was being drafted as a Cho purely for the sake of hunting down Lings who are jumping through walls. So, and obviously DLR great works well on the Uranus. It's a very big. You gotta be prepared to get some of that action because it's gonna be very hard to deal with. No bans on the no Esmeralda, by the way, which means this Uranus is just gonna have a much better time.
Okay, I like the Hilda. Just because, it deals consistent damage against the Uranus. It can charge through the Yi Sun Shin really fast. And that's a thing about fighters right now, or the tanks. Sometimes you just need to have those gap catchers. Like these heroes outside of Onic-Ph kite you. I mean Cho and Yi Sun Shin 100% is gonna out-kite Hilda. As long as the Hilda player here on the side of Bren Esports becomes a very smart into using those gap closers, I don't think he's gonna have a problem picking them off if and only if he gets a good game.
Yep.
Thams here and the Loye.
So wow, two solid off-lane tanks, or I would say, whenever I look at Thams, I look at a tanky the Fams can be. So I kind of went for a tank, although obviously he's a fighter. Good front line here, coming from Onic-Ph. Loye, like I mentioned before, you feel like Loye got nerfed a lot. For me, sometimes it's not enough. Loye just feels so powerful still, despite the nerf. And Onic-Ph is gonna start to show us just that in this game. Now we are looking at the last pick. Bren Esports, finally, they have the Selena, one of the tools that they can use. The draft earlier would have been great with the Selena. Drives on that target, that was supposedly perfect, but since it got banned out, it didn't work. Now it's open for Bren Esports around, and it looks like Bren Esports wants to give him a taste of their own medicine here.
Last really made Cho support or Cho off tank a much more viable hero to pick right now, and for the certain compositions. So I like it. They have the extra capability to just tank up the damage coming out here from the Thams and the Uranus, and at the same time you have Jade that if he plays a stellar game, he can just go for the pickups and give Wise all the kills in a silver platter. They have to be really careful for this, and they have to stop them in their tracks. Bren Esports, they did stop Onic-Ph from answering to their mid game. They didn't really give back the lead, if I do say so myself. So as long as they keep doing that, I'm not seeing any problem from Bren Esports. Nice adjustment coming out from Onic, and that's
all right.
about
We
it
are
for
into
our
the
draft.
game here, ladies and gentlemen. Gacha was the last pick for Bren Esports. Solid front line, and if the engages are done correctly, this could mean that Bren Esports can come out with a 2-0. On the other side, Onic-Ph, they are more slow and steady. They will have a great initiate with the low Yi. Will that happen though? Let's find out.
There's a first blood. Onic-Ph, Dilar just showing us the Tham's prowess, and he really likes this hero.
Yep, Dilar really likes that fan, and he has been playing it ever since he debuted in the MPL. Now, it's gonna be the kill. Rebo picking it up. Probably not who they wanted to give the kill over to, but it will do for now. You're 1-1, and Onic-Ph looking like they are still gonna be able to give Bren a hard time in the jungle.
The thing is, just give freedom to your carry. Jay, he got Garota there, but Wise will just dash out. He won't get hit by anything. And Few, waiting for the right time. They catch out the Low Yi here will be using that Purify. He baits them out, and Few going in. But look at that armor. And Few fighting off more than he do, but he still gets the kill. But at the process of taking, of course, it
Yep,
didn't
and
work.
Bren Esports, they're on the run here. Onic-Ph looks like they can get a lot of resources if they do it properly, but the Retribution Steel Crab resource still gonna go over to Carl TZ. So good so far on the Roger. He's not allowing any big openings in the chink of the armor, at least on his lane. On the other sides, though, I feel like Bren Esports might be loosening up a little bit. Again, oh my Venus, gonna get trapped here, slowed down by the Abyssal Trap. No arrow in sight, but the dive-in is gonna be real. Flap TZ and Carl TZ combination in the mid lane. Looking really strong.
Oh my goodness, look at that. Another arrow hit for that Few Selena. And this is one of the reasons why you do not give out that Selena to Few. I might have spoken a bit too soon there, as Wise will just take him down. But still, he's doing his job. He's getting the right pickups.
In fairness, it was a nice try. Few was in a very weird position around the turret on the top side because he was
resurrecting soon.
want to throw out those arrows and you forget, oh my god, I'm in a very bad spot on the map. And I think that's exactly what happened to Few there.
And Carl, he will just go for those scratches. Few here will be the next casualty. That's going to be 3 kills on that Selena. Kinda, just giving out these easy kills for the enemy team, not really what we want. Bren Esports, on the other hand,
Yep, they're having a hard time here. So far, Bren Esports looking really hard-pressed for answers. Carl TZ is doing his very best to get into the fight, get that push ready, but so many members from Onic-Ph means they cannot fully engage. They must give up this red buff, orange buff, whatever it is. It's gonna be Rebo very, very low, who jumps into the fight with 1 HP remaining. Look at the balls on that guy. Really, really nuts. And they are still going on the chase. They dove in on the Loyi. They got what they wanted. Same with Few on the J. And once more, Bren Esports 4 down on Onic-Ph. They are behind on goal, but so far, so good here.
Okay, Rockhart, just analyzing what happened in that fight. It was an Onic-Ph win, but they overstayed time, just trying to block out Bren Esports from their own jungle. The thing is, you got a bit of pickups there, and you got their timers going. So when the timer just ended, they were asking to be, to be just controlled in that area and just lose all those heroes. That's a 4-0 on the side of Bren Esports. In terms of gold, it's only 500 gold more.
And Bren gets through. Oh my god! Baptiste, look at this guy going ham! Oh my gosh, Bren Esports will be giving up the tower on the top lane, but they are still looking really, really strong here, especially Flap TZ on this Khalid. Man, we gotta have a look at that one on the Gillette Instant Replay. Hashtag Shade of the Day. Cleaning it up, Carl picks it up and does not even join the fight. They don't need to use that turtle buff to get into that one. They had enough.
They're losing on the idea that they're giving out that much you're not really critical, but in a confusing way. Like, it's almost every time that Onic has the capability, they have the retribution. It's a 1-1 retribution setup for. Doesn't really seem to feel it right now,
for sure.
for some reason.
I feel like Onic-Ph, they have, just because of the prize they gave it away. Looking at Flap TZ on the bottom lane as well, his Desert Torrent versus the amount of damage they have. And now it's the invade once more on the red side, the orange side of the map. Crowd.
Oh my goodness.
And now.
I mean, Rockhart, if a team goes to your second turret when your first turret at the bottom is down, that speaks a lot of Bren's confidence, and Jay will be.
And
no, I don't.
Beautiful Avatar Guardian from Rebo there. If you just saw, he basically had to knock up. So Loyi, no more Purify, means later on their team fight is gonna be so much better. But
that is true. Now, looking into it, Rebo here has been playing a lot of this Gatot. I just feel that Bren Esports have been practicing a lot of Gatot recently. Because they know that there's a lack of tanks right now onto MLBB.
They're getting ready. They can feel it. They can smell it, Butters. The lack of that. The big upcoming ban change is already being practiced on by Bren Esports, and they are making it work. You gotta say, right? They are making it work so well. But we are not done yet. Onic-Ph can still get back into this one. As long as Jay can really find Flap TZ, can really find Few, and that's gonna be happening here. But they find Hilda. That's Lusty. Oh my god, so tank.
There is actually a fight happening here to the bottom lane as well. Oh my Venus and the others, they're stopping Rebo. from just controlling them in one side of the map, and few and the
Oh,
other really just want to get the kill. And look at Loyi here; he cannot get anyone to mark. There is no back that's gonna happen.
and in this game, you really feel right the lack of the damage output by the low Ts definitely did well. Good job to the balance team. So it's because that small lead that they have now able to remove the top lane, the mid lane second turret, and they can get even more with the help of Rebo. Gotcha. And super excited with how well Rebo is playing this out.
This Rebo and Iyakno, they're having a bit of a scuffle here to the bottom lane, and got lower, got the shorter end of the stick there. But Flap has the BOB.
Yep, and that is just so difficult to deal with as well. I mean, that was the taking damage is already locked in his head. So could not happen. Whoa, break off there! See, this is what I'm talking about. Look at that. Beautiful pick by Jay. Right target, right time. Don't even need to do anything else. As long as your teammate is ready to receive, you can get a lot done with the red.
They don't even think about it. They just will go down. Yes, well, there is a snag. He will deal with that. Here, he might get caught out. Jay is here onto the back. Will get a kill on the Selena. And the others will be chasing Dilar. Venus is there just to stop them on their tracks, but they just go in. They don't have damage to take down this
And basically tags your Bren. And now Flap TZ is back onto the field, be able to do something here. This Uranus looking like it's really having a really difficult to take down because of those shields. I don't know how they're gonna do this. They need to slow it down. They need to stop that region. They want to kill Yakno at any point of this game.
And his Flap here is getting a good game. 6-2, 6 kills, 2 deaths, 2 assists. Bren Esports on the other players, they're actually playing quite a decent game as well. It's all because of Onic-Ph. They have one voice in mind whenever a team fight, and they do not, their own fights. So if you think about it, fights in the coming, for the side of Bren Esports, just they can get the pick off with Lusty and try to see once again that they can win the game from there.
That's right. It's a big possibility because of the lack of resources. At the same time, you cannot deal with Uranus. Now it's going to be a big fight here on the top lane. They're trying to see if they match up against each other. And so far, they're just going to all the damage being done there, especially Yaknu. Tower on the mid lane will be taken out as well. And this is definitely looking bad here for Bren Esports. They're starting to just stay inside their base. That is a very bad sign for a team. And Onic-Ph are making it work with a Yisun Shin.
Yisun Shin here, he has good damage, nice range. It can be played with in terms of going melee to being a ranged. And one of the things that's really annoying about this Yisun Shin is he goes down right now.
That's the only weakness, basically, right, of a Yisun Shin. He goes down super early on, and now the rest of your team is looking for that damage out. There is nothing. Now it looks like Bren Esports are a lot tankier than they feel like, but people are going down one by one here on the team fight. So all of a sudden, looks like Bren Esports gonna get aced here, and that will be the case. They're gonna go for the mid lane. That's a wipeout. And I think that might be it.
Iyaknu a bit, playing with fire there. Yeah. And Iyaknu doesn't really care. He just goes in and they take game number 2. This could be a possibility, but Few still has a chance to defend this, but it won't really matter as it goes down. And Onic-Ph, they take this series to a game number 3. And wow, what a game coming out from them. They really knew how to push the buttons of Bren Esports, and I was saying it